Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, man. It's your boy, and I straight up told y'all in yesterday's video, man, Cable is now officially a Jedi. I had somebody reply to me in the comments, ask me what I was talking about. As you can see, man, he literally has a lightsaber, bro. He literally has a lightsaber. It's not a regular sword. It's a freaking lightsaber. And Cable is out here rocking with the Force. So, before we get into this thing any further, right, let me actually go ahead and cut to the part where we look at the sneak peek, right? Real quickly, right about, you see that T conveniently carved into the wall, and the 1, 2, 3. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Cable is getting tier 3. I know a lot of you guys are not going to be happy with this because Cable's a blast character. Cable's tier 2 native. But here's the thing. Cable's been in the game for a very long time. So if you've been playing for a while, 99% of you guys should already have this guy at level 70, right? You should already have him at level 70. Most of you, if you really like Cable, you should already have him at gear 25. I know I do. I know right away I'm gonna give him his tier 3. I know that. But I know that doesn't mean a lot of you guys are gonna be happy with this. It's another blast tier 3. Honestly, I think we need more speed tier 3s and a couple more combat tier 3s. Universal have all about caught up because they did back to back. Stop it. Anyways, it felt like, or it kind of has been, just universal tier 3s non-stop. So I'm happy to get a little bit break from it, but I think they should have given us a speed tier 3, and that's why you're gonna see my message on Twitter. We absolutely need a speed tier 3 this month, or we riot. Anyways, I know a lot of people already hit me up on Discord saying they're pissed, bro. Cable didn't need another uniform. Cable didn't need a tier 3. Cable is already hitting harder than most tier 3s, and that's all facts, right? Deadpool didn't need another uniform. Cable didn't need another uniform. There's at least 100. There's at least 100 other characters in the game. No exaggeration, no capping. There's at least 100 other characters in the game that needed a uniform and a tier 3 before Deadpool and Cable. But it's what we have. Am I upset about it? Not really. But that's my bias, right? And I can be truthful. I can admit it, right? I love Cable. That's my dog, Nate Dog. You know, you guys know I love Cable and I love Deadpool. So maybe that's why I'm not super upset, like screaming about it. And if that's my bias, I'm willing to admit that I am biased, right? But at the exact same time, I do think we need a speed tier 3. And I have a character in mind that I think it should be, especially since it's February. If we're not getting a Black Panther, Black History Month type of update, and we're getting a Gambit Awaken skill, the tier 3 for this month should have been, and there's still a possibility that it is, Rogue. If we don't get a Rogue tier 3, I'm upset. We could see a Rogue Awakening, but I don't want that. I want a Rogue tier 3 because I want Rogue to actually be impactful in PvP at some point, because she does have a good kit right now for PvP. She just needs a massive stat bump, and if she got that, I think she could actually do PvP, even with the old hoodie season uniform that she has right now, right? So if she gets a tier 3, I would be very happy with that. Please, Netmarble, make that happen. You know what I'm saying? And so far, this update, not really looking too expensive, all things considered. Another thing, there's no new characters hinted so far. That's not to say we're not getting any. We could just be getting somebody like Brian Braddock. We could just be getting like Betsy's brother. And maybe since he's not that popular, they're not putting him in the sneak peek and they'll reveal him in the live stream today. You never know, right? Or maybe they come, or he comes rather, mid-month, kind of like how we got Null mid-month. Speaking of mid-month, lately we get an Awaken skill mid-month. And on top of that, the Awakened character generally doesn't get a uniform when they're being released mid-month. So, Netmarble, don't try me, okay? If you guys decide to give my girl Betsy an Awakened skill mid-month and she doesn't get a uniform, you guys give her the Heimdall. Yeah, we have the Heimlich maneuver. We don't want that. Y'all gave us the Heimdall, the Sif, the Silk, the Elsa. We don't want those, okay? We don't want those awakened skill mid-month nonsense where they don't get no uniform, so they're still living in the past. Now with Betsy, it would be a bit different, because even though Betsy's uniforms are old, by the way, if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, Betsy Psylocke, okay? Even though Psylocke's uniforms are old, she's still a very, very powerful character. So giving her an awakened skill would still make her really good. But I feel like, I don't know, I feel like an awakened skill for Betsy with the new uniform where she becomes Captain Britain would be really, really nice. But again, that's crystals, right? So do we really want more ways to spend crystals when we're not getting more ways to earn crystals? I don't know. You guys let me know what you think. I'll read the first like 5 comments here and then we'll go over to Twitter. So this guy right here is just pointing out that the tier 3 is on the wall. We already seen that. I'm glad he's getting tier 3, but that's another tier 2 native. My resources are gone. Actually, this is good though, because here's the thing. This is Phoenix Feathers and Mcron crystals, right? These are things that usually sit at the cap, and having a mutant update every like 3 or 4 months to like burn off those excess materials that sit there at the cap is not too bad, right? So that's one thing you have to think about here, Jaden. He's a different type of tier 2 native. He's not going to cost you black antimatter, right? He's going to cost you Phoenix Feathers and Mcron crystals, so that's not too bad. The gold is going to be the problem, right? I know I'm still under 200 million gold. Don't leave Juggernaut behind. He's been in the game and never got a uniform. He's supposed to be unstoppable. She-Venom, I can agree with you. It would be nice to see Juggernaut get something. Hopefully sometime soon. Okay, so Kid Cable tier 3, interesting. Lucky I didn't buy the summer uniform. Yeah, I'm happy I didn't buy that too. Crazy, right? We missed out on like 7 months of playing with a supercharged, well, Cable's already supercharged, but like a super duper ultra charged Cable. But then 7 months later, who cares? Well, I kind of still care, because I like buff Cable, Hyper Chad, Dad Bod. Is that what a Dad Bod looks like these days? I don't know, the kids call it something different. But anyways, RoboCop, Terminator, I like that version of Cable way more than I like the teenage one, but maybe that's because he's new, relatively new in the comics, so he hasn't grown on me yet. But my man right here, the sword looking hella dope. I'm here with that. The sword looks dope, okay? I'm a Star Wars fan, a little bit. So yeah, sword looking nice. Let's see what you guys are saying over here on Twitter. So far, I haven't seen too many people complaining, but like in terms of like in the comments and stuff. But I have had people hit me up on Discord and they were pretty mad. Pretty mad. Yeah, so Rogue tier 3 best be mid-month or we riot. 61 people agreed with me. Hey man, yeah, we need that, bro. We need that. Gambit and Rogue, you know, it's come on, it's February. Valentine's Day is coming up. Come on, bro. Like, it just makes sense. Hopefully. All right, so expecting Strife tier 3 mid-month. He deserves a tier 3, a uniform. Here's it. Nah, just like his brother. Okay, guys, Strife, by the way, shout out to my homie Dark Light. But Strife is not Cable's brother, my guy. Strife and Cable are essentially the same person. Strife is literally Cable's clone. The only difference between the two is that Strife doesn't have the techno-organic virus basically eating him alive, right? So he's technically stronger than Cable, because Cable has to use a portion of his power to keep the virus from killing him, whereas that never happened to Strife. So Strife is just always at full power. So if Strife does get a tier 3, he's supposed to be like at least 2 times stronger than Cable. It's not his brother though. And I would not want Strife and Cable to get tier 3 in the same month. Not only do they eat the same amount of materials, which means if you didn't have Cable already built up, you would burn through your feathers and your Mcron crystals, building up Cable and building up his uniform, because his uniform is gonna eat up the cost of a tier 2 native getting uniform upgraded. Then mid-month you'd have to basically come up with all those feathers again. Within 2 weeks basically you'd have to come up with all those feathers and the Crown crystals again to build up Strife. Netmarble would love to do that, but I wouldn't love that personally. I would rather they do Strife another time, maybe a couple months from now, and I would prefer if they gave us Rogue mid-month. Shout out to the homie Dark Light. Let's jump over to the Future Fight forums, and I feel like I'm making a big mistake reading anything besides the sneak peek on this forum, because I feel like it's gonna get pretty toxic. So sneak peek number 3, we have the greetings as always from CM Fragments. They have raised their swords for the future of mutant kind. As one of the original members of X-Force, this Omega level mutant has new weapons in both hands. They're basically emphasizing the fact that for the first time ever, really, Cable's gonna be fighting with both hands. But usually he just uses one hand to just fire his guns, or he just put it on his shoulder and just blast you. One thing I'm really looking forward to with this uniform for Cable is the new playstyle that he's gonna have. Not only is he gonna be a dual wielder, like wielding the sword and the gun, hopefully using both at the same time, but on top of that, I am really looking forward to him playing differently. Instead of doing the 4 cancel, 3 cancel, 2 cancel, sit in the 5 and blast until the enemy dies, or until your proc runs out and then you reset your proc and you stand in place and do the same thing over again. I'm really hoping that they kind of give him the Loki treatment. Now, I know Loki's not the strongest character in the game, and apologies for not giving you guys much content on tier 3 Loki this month. You guys know I haven't been too happy with the game, but this update might bring me back. It might bring me back a little bit. So here's the thing. I'm really looking forward to Cable getting the Loki treatment, whereas he plays completely different than he's ever played before. Because we have 3 different versions, well actually technically 4, right? Because we have 3 uniforms for Cable currently in the game, plus the base kit, and they all play the exact same. Just cancel, 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 sit in the skill, and then fire out the big ass machine gun. And again, it's fun. Well, it was fun originally, but then it just kind of got like kind of boring. But Cable does what he's supposed to do and he kills stuff, so you're not gonna complain. He still has the damage, you know, he's just not like refreshing, new and all that. So I'm hoping that this uniform changes that, just kind of gives us that Loki vibe where it's just completely a new character top to bottom. Are you prepared for his astonishing features, from plasma bombs to a flying psychokinetic sword? Cable's new weapon. I hope he uses that in the tier 3. This is all we can share through the sneak peek, but lots more is prepared in the upcoming update. So basically we only got 3 sneak peeks for the first time ever. Crazy, right? Live stream is coming tomorrow. Well, we kind of got 4 because we got to see what Gambit looks like in the announcement for the live stream, but usually we get 4 or 5 sneak peeks, so it's kind of interesting that they only did 3 this time around. They're changing things up on us.